Yeh Ratzon, Parshat Lech Lecha, the limud shebele refuat kol ha'cholim, v'tocham Tanya בת הודא מרגלית, יוסף יאיר בן אביב וחווה, הרב סיוון בן סימה, בתוך כל שאר חולי ישראל. When we enter into Parshat Lech Lecha, there is endless amount of excitement that sof sof, after 1,948 years, we get to meet the founder of a life that won't bring destruction. From the beginning of creation till now, we have only read stories about failures, and now it's going to become a story of success. So that's already exciting. I just want to focus on two words that Hashem says to Avram Avinu that might be the essence or one of the foundations of Avram Avinu's story. So the two words are V'heyeh bracha. The translation is that you will be the bracha. And so the obvious question that we have to ask is, what does this actually mean? All of us know, as little children, what it means to make a bracha on bread, and what it means to make a bracha on wine, and what it means to make bracha on water. But what does it mean that an individual is a bracha? What does it mean that Avram Avinu will become a blessing? And so this question can be clarified through looking at the bracha before Avram and the bracha after. The bracha that is given before Avram is only given by Hashem. It says in Perek Aleph, Pasuk Kafchet, that Hashem gives a bracha to man. And it says in Perek Bet, Pasuk Gimel, that he gives a bracha to Shabbat. And it says in Perek Tet, Pasuk Aleph, that he gives a bracha to man. But there is no one except for God that is giving brachot. And from Avram Avinu, we almost never find God giving blessings ever again. We find Moshe Rabbeinu in Sefer Dvarim, Perek Lamed Bet, giving the bracha to Am Yisrael. In Perek Lamed Gimel, V'zot ha-bracha sheberach Moshe Isha Elokim. We find Yaakov Avinu at the end of his life giving brachot to his 12 children. But never again do we find Hashem giving the bracha. Which means that Avram Avinu was the transition from a life that was waiting for God to give to a demand of God, of man to create. The brachot before Avram are waiting for God. And the brachot after Avram are man giving brachot. And realizing that what it meant V'heyeh bracha is Hashem was asking Avram Avinu, take ownership, take responsibility, be the one to affect the world, not the one to wait for Hashem to affect the world. And these two words mean that Hashem was founding a character in history that will change the world from failure to success. A person that recognizes that solutions will not be given if you do not create them. This week, we are speaking about the Piasetzner Rebbe, who in many ways is a continuation of Avram Avinu. And he says something that is exactly to the line of the foundation of who Avram was. He says to the Rashi Yeshiva, I ask of you to take your heads, Yotziu na harashei yeshivot et roshehem mechutz ledaled amotehem. He says to the founders of education, to the founders of homes, I ask you, please take your heads out of your comfort zone. Don't live in a world that's waiting for others to affect. Be the one that affects and puts his head out the window and sees what's going on and demands of himself what he demands of Hashem. My bracha as we enter into Parshat Lech Lecha and we look at the words Ve'ayeh bracha is that we recognize and realize that what's going to cause the failure of our jobs, of our relationships, is if we become waiters. People that wait for solutions. And we must realize that Avram Avinu became Avram Avinu because he realized Ve'ayeh bracha meant to own and to solve and to affect. Just like the Lubavitcher Rebbe at the age of 70 years old, so ready to just be passive. On that birthday he said there needs to be 70 new foundations. He didn't let himself wait for someone else. He said at the age of 70 there needs to be 70 new foundations. Avram Avinu at the age of 75 was ready to realize that he needs to understand that the world needs people to get involved. And that's our bracha when we look at the character of Avram, that we should be zocheh to realize through Avram Avinu Ve'ayeh bracha, the PSS the Rebbe, Yotziu na Rashehem, and the Lubavitcher Rebbe, who built 70 yeshivot when he was 70, that the only real way to succeed is wherever we see a void to get involved. Shabbat Shalom.